Your next 10 years. What awaits you? Much can be said. Every stage of life carries its own peculiarities and opportunities. To know them is to make time your ally. 20 to 30 years. Those who are not criminals, now likely never will be. Anyone who believes they are fully grown at 20 is mistaken. True, the body no longer sprouts taller, the penis does not grow further, and breasts, at least until a pregnancy, stop developing. Yet in the brain, so crucial in shaping our personality, maturation continues. New structures form, and almost as importantly, old ones are pruned away like a gardener weeding. Only here it happens naturally in the constant interplay of genes, brain, and environment. The first major phase of development concludes around 24 or 25, when the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain critical for social decision-making and the development of the self, finally takes its adult form. Who a person is, whether solitary or social, selfish or altruistic, conscientious or careless, emotionally stable or volatile, curious or resistant to learning, is largely set by this age. Of course, there is a lifetime chance to work on oneself, but it always occurs within the framework of the personality one has become by the mid-20s. Those who are not criminal by 25 are highly unlikely to become so later. People who now can live in community, appreciate multiple perspectives, and resolve conflicts are well prepared for the growing responsibilities that life brings, making difficult choices about education, careers, where to live, and whom to partner with. With the first paycheck comes independence, and with it a new set of decisions. Fulfilling desires, traveling, saving, investing, thinking about retirement, paying off student debt. The sheer number of options can itself be a source of stress. For the first time, existential mistakes become possible. For many, these are salutary experiences, offering the chance to adjust course. Some feel fear for the first time, that newfound independence could lead directly into misfortune. Yet many still feel protected by parents, bosses, professors, or teachers, still at an age where older adults take them under their wing. The trajectory of life between 20 and 30 has changed radically. In 1970, 80% of Americans were married by 25. By 2005, only half were. A woman having her first child in her late 20s was once considered an old mother. Today, this has become normal, though early parenthood still has its advantages. Biologically and physically, mid-20s is often a peak of strength. Fluid intelligence, such as quick recall, is at its highest. The brain now produces very few new neurons, with one important exception: the hippocampus deep within the brain. Here, especially through physical activity and mental challenges, neurons continue to sprout well into later life, supporting new learning and orientation in time and space. Living with time at this age can mean cherishing the strengths of this life phase as a fleeting gift, rather than assuming them as permanent. A hint of this new life feeling. Until their mid-20s, many people strive to appear older than they are. Now they wish to seem younger. What becomes possible now? Pure masculinity. After a sharp rise during puberty, male testosterone peaks between 20 and 30 years, slowly declining with age. What no longer works? Hearing a dog whistle. From around 25, humans can no longer detect such high frequencies. Picking kiwis in New Zealand, at least not on a working holiday visa. The application must be submitted before the 31st birthday at the New Zealand Embassy. 30 to 40 years. Setting the course for health and happiness. In today's society, the 30s mark a high-performance phase, a time of compression. We apply everything we have learned so far and live out who or what we have become. Everything happens at once. People start families, which demand time and love, while simultaneously striving to perform at full capacity in their careers, to advance or at least not be left behind. The average age of marriage in Germany today is 33.5 years for men and 30.7 for women. Some must simultaneously care for defiant children, chronically dissatisfied bosses, and already aging parents. Others consciously choose alternative paths, forgoing children and family, breaking free from career pressures. Different selves compete for attention. The parent self, devoted and immersed in the tasks of raising a family, contends with the adult self, which craves independent experiences, from intimacy and nights out to travel. Neglecting the adult self is to lose oneself, Overemphasizing it risks neglecting others. Developmental psychologists identify this decade as a critical pivot for later well-being. After the first major phase of maturation, there is a chance to correct missteps. Yet the intense forces of compression can overwhelm, leading immediately or gradually to illness, depression, or marital unhappiness. Those driven by these forces without guidance can quickly become overextended, beset by what today is called burnout. People at this age often overestimate the significance of income, status symbols, and wealth for their happiness. Many psychologists advise slowing down, consciously planning life phases differently, and taking deliberate pauses to learn new skills, acquire new knowledge, or, during a sabbatical, confront fundamental questions. Am I with the right partner? Am I in the right profession? Have I become or am I becoming the person I wanted to be? This can either consolidate one's chosen life path or open the way for change, helping to avoid the bitterness that may follow failed personal or professional plans. The complexity of partnership, work, and family life opens new dimensions. While young adulthood thrived on short-lived thrills, this decade calls for continuity and depth. Early fantasies of escape, and sometimes actual breaks from relationships or careers, are common. For many, it is a painful decade, full of confusion and missteps. Pessimists and melancholics intensify their negative emotional worlds. Important choices for future health are made now. Those who exercise regularly, maintain a close circle of friends, and eat well greatly improve their chances for a healthy later life. Habits formed in this period influence essential developmental processes in body and brain and can delay the onset of conditions such as dementia by crucial years. Whether a person is a loner or maintains a rich social life matters more for long-term happiness than almost anything else. Signs of aging begin to appear. Women experience a significant decline in fertility, and men who cease exercising gain weight more easily as metabolism slows. Yet aging does not yet limit life. It offers a unique opportunity to prepare the body for the future. Parents often grow old during this decade, prompting reflection on what experiences and time remain to share with them. What becomes possible now? Becoming Pope. In theory, any baptized unmarried Catholic over 35 could become Pope. In practice, since 1378, only cardinals have been elected, with an average age of 72. Peak musical performance. According to surveys of orchestral musicians, their peak occurs between 35 and 39 years of age. What becomes acceptable again? Playing games, so-called kidults, flourish online. Users of popular gaming platforms such as BigPoint and King.com are on average in their early to late 30s. What no longer works? Becoming an astronaut. The European Space Agency, ESA, only accepts applicants up to age 37. Once admitted, however, an astronaut may enjoy a long career in space. John Herschel Glenn Jr. was the oldest person in orbit at 77.